Good morning, class. Today our group will discuss the Deepwater Horizon oil spill. First we will introduce the background of the company, second is the true story of the company, and the last things is how BP tried to fix its problem. About the background of the company. BP is an international company that provides oil and gas. Headquarter is in London, England, starting in 1908 with the Discovery Oil in Russian. They deliver its mobility and service to people all around the world. They are now operating in 72 countries around the world. 75,000 people's work a day serve millions of energy customer. PB create value on finding oil and gas, developing oil and gas. Now we will head to the disaster of oil spill in 2010.
The BP oil spill, aka the Deepwater Horizon oil spill, began on April 20th, 2010 in the Gulf of Mexico on the BP-operated Macondo prospect, 40 miles southeast of the Louisiana coast. There was an explosion and subsequent fire on the Deepwater Horizon semi-submersible mobile offshore drilling unit, also known as the MODU or MODU, which was owned and operated by Transocean and Drilling for BP. So what was the official story? Engineers explained that the Deepwater Horizon rig was drilling oil from the ocean floor. The pipe, called the riser, carried oil from the wellhead 1,500 meters below. A fire started, an explosion occurred, causing the rig to sink, while taking the riser down with it. As the riser sunk, it bent and twisted the pipe as it fell, causing 3 leaks to occur, resulting in 5,000 barrels of oil to seep out every day. Casualties. 126 crew were on board, 79 were Transocean employees, 7 were from BP, and 40 were private contractors. And 11 of those were fatalities. Ages range from 22 to 56. Besides human casualties, the BP oil spill also caused numerous animal casualties, such as birds. More than 82,000 birds may have been harmed by the spill, over 102 different species. Turtles, approximately 6,000 sea turtles have been harmed by the spill, over 5 different species. Marine animals. As many as 25,900 marine mammals may have been harmed by the oil spill to date. 4 different species of marine mammals have been killed by the spill, such as bottlenose dolphins, spinner dolphins, melonhead whales, and sperm whales. Fish. An unknown number of fish has been harmed. Since the Gulf of Mexico is home to over 500 fish species, fishing closures across 88,500 square miles were closed off due to fear of contamination. Invertebrates. Oil and dispersed oils are toxic to marine invertebrates such as coral, lobster, crabs, oyster, clams, zooplankton, starfish, and sand-dwelling organisms. It is impossible to tally how many invertebrates have been harmed by the BP oil spill. Environmental impact. Virginia Tech did a 6-year study, which is the first ever financial evaluation of the BP oil spill's impact. Estimated damage of $17.2 billion in damage to the natural resources in the Gulf of Mexico. This study was published on April 20th, 2017. Economic impact. BP expected the pre-tax cost of its 2010 Deepwater Horizon explosion and spill on the Gulf Coast to total over $61.6 billion. $5.2 billion is due for compensation for local businesses and economic loss. $44 billion covers settlements with federal and state authorities, shareholders, property owners, and consumers. The affected party will receive compensation by 2019.
The way PP tried to deal with Deep Horizon oil spill by using public relations are officially the worst in US history. The company attempted to shift the blame for the accident to the U.S. owner of the second-rate transaction. In the interview with BBC few months after the accident happened, Tony Hayward, who is CEO of the company, kept repeating that this was not our accident. However, the company do say that they will take responsibility for the oil for cleaning it up. Secondly, BP company has paid the largest fine in the U.S. history. The U.S. Justice Department, along with 5 states, insured them for the damages. The company not only paid a fine of $18.7 billion to settle legal action brought by the U.S. and several states, but also need to pay a record environmental fine for other environmental cleanup projects related to the spill. They paid $7.1 billion in natural resource damage assessment and $5.5 billion under the Clean Water Act. The money will be divided among the states. However, there are many additional costs that the company needs to pay. In total, the company has spent $56.4 billion in court fees, penalties, and cleanup costs after 5 years. This action seems to be more effective than the first one. However, there are still some other people disappointed with the fine. In conclusion, even the companies say that they will take responsibility for the oil, but the way they try to shift the blame for others only make people think that they try to dodge the responsibility. Most people are disappointed with what they responded to the accident, so the company barred from bidding for new work in the Gulf of Mexico and supplying fuel to the military by the U.S. Environment Protection Agency. When the ban is lifted, the BP share price never returned to the pre-price level just before the accident. Whenever the funds belong to whom, BP shouldn't be slipping here. Instead of they blame for others publicly, the company should take responsibility for what happened at first, then they can sue others later. In order to make people believe that the company do try to do the best in taking responsibility, the company can upload all the pictures, video, and maps that take to cleaning up projects for people to view on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and so on. By this way, the company will give viewers a glimpse into the headache cleanup process that people cannot get it from an interview or newspaper.
Created using Powtoon.